What if wealth wasn't built in the ways you were taught? What if the real rules, the ones that quietly shape empires, were never in your textbooks, your job training, or your family dinner talks? The truth is, they weren't meant to be the elite play by laws most people don't even know exist. They see money as a tool, they see time as a weapon, and they see the world not as a place to survive, but as a game to master. These aren't lucky breaks or magic opportunities, they're patterns, repeatable moves, invisible levers you can pull if you know they're there. And while most people chase small wins, the wealthy stack principles that compound year after year, decade after decade. This isn't about becoming someone else, it's about unlearning the false limits you were handed and replacing them with the power laws that quietly decide who builds fortunes and who stays stuck. By the end of this video, you'll know the same principles that govern the way the elite think, move, and grow. Because once you see the laws, you can never play the old game again. 1. They think in decades, not days the average person plans for. Friday, the elite plan for 2040. They see every decision like planting a tree. Most people grow quick crops, something they can eat next month. The wealthy plant oak trees, slow to rise, but unshakable once grown. They ask themselves, if I start today, where will this take me in 10 years? Not how fast can I get a return. This mindset rewires everything. It changes the jobs you take, the skills you build, the people you align with if you want wealth. Stop optimizing for comfort today. Start building for a self you haven't even met yet. 2. They obsess over asymmetry. Most people take big risks for small rewards. The elite do the opposite. They hunt for asymmetric baits, moments where the upside is massive and the downside is minimal. Like a chess master, they'll sacrifice pawns to corner the king. They don't care about looking safe in the short term. They care about tilting the game so one win outweighs 10 losses. You don't need to gamble everything. You need to position yourself so even your failures cost little, but your wins change everything. Wealth isn't built by winning all the time. It's built by stacking a few massive wins that outweigh the rest. 3. They value time more than money. The poor trade time for money, the wealthy trade money for time. They know you can make more dollars, you can't make more hours. That's why they pay to delegate, automate, cut noise. They build systems that keep working while they sleep. Every hour they free goes into higher value moves, creating, investing, strategizing. Ask yourself, how much of my life am I selling just to get by? Because every minute you spend on what doesn't move the needle is stolen from your future. You're not here to fill a calendar. You're here to build a life you don't need to escape from. 4. They see problems as profit. Most people run from problems. The wealthy run toward them. Every frustration, every inefficiency, every unmet need is unmined gold. They see the world like a gold rush. The dirt others avoid is where they start digging. When a system breaks, they don't complain. They ask, how do I fix this and get paid for it? Entire fortunes have been built solving annoyances most people just live with. If you can train your mind to spot problems and connect them to solutions, you'll never run out of opportunities. The world pays premium prices to those who make its pain disappear. 5. They control their emotional state. A pilot doesn't panic when turbulence hits. They adjust course and keep flying. The wealthy treat their emotions the same way. They don't let fear push them out of a good deal or excitement pull them into a bad one. While others chase euphoria in bull markets and freeze in recessions, they stay calm. They make decisions anchored in principles, not moods. This isn't coldness, it's control, because they know storms pass, but bad decisions linger. If you want to play the long game, master your inner weather. The calmer you are, the clearer you see, and clarity is a competitive edge. 6. They think in systems, not tasks. Most people measure success by how much they can get done in a day. The wealthy measure success by how much gets done without them. They think like architects, not laborers. Every action is a brick in a system designed to run on its own. Like a factory that hums day and night, their systems keep producing, whether they're in the room or on a beach in Bali. Tasks feed you once, systems feed you forever. If you're stuck doing everything yourself, you're still the worker. Build the machine and let it do the heavy lifting for you. 7. They ask better questions. The average mind asks, how do I make this work? The wealthy ask, how do I make this work 10 times better? Your brain is a search engine. It only finds what you tell it to look for. Ask small questions, you get small answers. Ask big ones, you unlock possibilities most people never see. Instead of how can I earn more, they ask how can I earn more while working less. Instead of how can I sell this, they ask how can I make it irresistible. Better questions force your brain into better answers. And better answers build better futures. 8. They build leverage into everything. Push a boulder with your hands and you'll tire fast. Slide a lever underneath and you move it with ease. The wealthy design their lives around levers, tools, networks, capital, and ideas that multiply effort. They don't just work hard, they make every hour count for 10. A well-placed investment, a network that opens doors, a system that runs on autopilot. They know muscle alone won't win the game. Multiplication will. Stop relying only on your own strength. Find the levers in your work, your skills, your relationships, and watch your output grow without your effort. Growing with it. 9. They embrace boring consistency. The moves that build wealth rarely trend on social media. No fireworks, no drama, just steady, repeatable actions done for years. The 1% understand that repetition is power. Like lifting the same weights every day until you're strong enough to move mountains, they buy assets, reinvest profits, review numbers, adjust course again and again. Flashy moves get applause, but consistency builds empires. While others chase the next big thing, they master the same small things until those small things compound into something massive. If you want real wealth, fall in love with boring. That's where the magic quietly happens. 10. They study failure like scientists. Most people run from failure. The wealthy run toward it, not to repeat it, but to dissect it. They treat every loss like a detective studying a crime scene. What went wrong? What clues were missed? What must be changed so it never happens again? Failure isn't humiliation, it's information. Each setback is data that sharpens their strategy. The average person sees failure as an ending. The 1% see it as a lab experiment, and every experiment brings them closer to the formula that works. Ignore the shame, collect the lessons. That's how failure funds the win. 11. They build relationships like assets. Money grows when invested, so do relationships. The wealthy don't wait for connections to happen by accident. They cultivate them intentionally, consistently, and with trust at the core. They follow up, they check in without asking for anything. They add value before making a request, and over time, those relationships compound into opportunities, partnerships, and doors that never open for strangers. Your network isn't just who you know, it's who knows you and trusts you. Treat your relationships like assets in your portfolio. Nurture them, protect them, invest in them, and they'll pay you in ways money can't. 12. They play offense and defense simultaneously. A castle without walls is easy to take. An army without ambition never expands. The 1% master both. They grow their wealth aggressively, seeking new ventures, scaling businesses, investing for growth. But they also protect what they've built through diversification, insurance, legal structures, and backup plans. They know offense wins territory, but defense keeps it. Most people focus on one or the other. The wealthy refuse to choose. They march forward while guarding the gates. Play to win, but never leave your castle unprotected. That's how you build something that not only grows, but survives. 13. They don't just consume, they create. The wealthy don't just stand in line to buy the latest product, they own the company selling it. Most people spend their lives as consumers, trading money for what someone else created. The 1% flip. The equation they design, build, innovate, then sell to the consumers. It's not about rejecting consumption, it's about controlling the value chain. When you own the source, every purchase in the market can funnel value back to you. Shift your role, don't just be the customer at the counter. Be the architect, the maker, the owner, and you'll never run out of buyers. 14. They seek uncomfortable growth. Muscles only grow when they're torn. Wealth works the same way. The elite don't avoid discomfort, they seek it. They walk into difficult conversations. They take on challenges they're not yet ready for. They place themselves in rooms where they feel like the smallest player. Comfort is seductive, but it's also the enemy of progress. The moment you settle into easy, you start dying slowly. Growth feels awkward, risky, and sometimes painful. That's how you know it's working. If you want to expand your life, step into the stretch because comfort zones are silent traps. 15. They define success themselves. The world loves to sell you its version of success, more money, more status, more approval. But the wealthy know that chasing someone else's dream can be the fastest path to misery. They start by asking, what does winning mean to me? It might be time freedom, it might be creating something meaningful. It might be never missing dinner with family. They set their own metrics and measure their life against those, not society's scoreboard. If you don't define success for yourself, someone else will, and you'll wake up years later living a life you never wanted. 16. They see money as a tool, not a goal. For most people, money is the finish line. For the 1%, it's the hammer, not the house. They understand that wealth itself is neutral. It's the use of money that gives it power. To create, to free up time, to solve problems, to open doors. They don't worship their bank balance, they deploy it, they make it work for them, funding projects, buying freedom, building legacies. If money is your end goal, you'll chase forever. If it's your tool, you'll build something far greater than cash. Stop stacking just for the pile. Start using it for the plan. 17. They bet on themselves first before they invest in stocks, real estate, or companies. They invest in the one asset that drives all the others, themselves. The wealthy pour resources into learning, sharpening skills, and upgrading their mindset. Because they know, without a sharp mind, even the best opportunities can be wasted. They attend workshops, hire coaches, read obsessively, and take calculated risks to expand their capacity. Every dollar spent on self-mastery multiplies across a lifetime. The world may shift, markets may fall, but the mind you've built, that can't be taken. Before you buy the asset, build the brain that chooses it.